This is project Some Assembly Required, our 1973 Triumph TR6 barn find. This is our 1 week update. We picked up the car last week, and in this quick video, I'm going to take you through what we've discovered over the past week and where we're going. Stay tuned. In the introductory video, I took you through what we did to pick the car off, and that was a drive about 80 miles north of here, just outside of Allentown, Pennsylvania. We picked the car up with my colleague Joe's trailer and the shop truck, and we brought it back here. That was last Friday. So what happened over the past week? Well, first and foremost, the car is now titled in New Jersey. The seller that we bought the car from has owned the car for approximately 38 years. Bought it in '86, had the sign-over title, Pennsylvania title from the previous owner, which may have been the original owner, actually, based on the title. That person signed the title, but the person we bought it from never titled it in Pennsylvania, because you have to have both parties present when you transfer it, or at least a notary, and the seller didn't have that. Didn't really apply in this case. I had basically what's known as an open title, because the seller we bought it from never signed it, thankfully. And so we were able to go to the New Jersey DMV with a bill of sale and the open title, and subsequently titled it. So that's taken care of. Number two, if you watched last week, you'll see windshield is now in place. My colleagues Joe and Bobby informed me that they wanted to put it on and see. So they called me, and I went ahead and said we're going to need a new seal where the windshield meets the firewall. We need a new seal. Well, I went on Moss Motors and found that they have what's known as their repaint kit. So that includes not only that windshield to header seal, but the front, where the hood comes down, that seal, the door seals, the top of the door, the window scrapers, if you will. Those are badly cracked on the car. And so that kit includes that. And I believe possibly the trunk seal, definitely the tail light lens seals. So my colleague Joe yesterday bought up a battery at Napa for the car with a couple of shots of 2+2 in the dual Stromberg carburetors. The car was able to fire right off. So that's a great sign. Knowing what we learned from the Volkswagen Ghia we had, switching the distributor out to or converting it to a Petronics flamethrower, that's a electronic ignition conversion, may be a nice upgrade on this. So I'll be investigating that, because I am going to order new plugs, new wires, the cap. So while we're doing all of that, it might be a good time to replace the capacitor and points in the system. It's just eliminating one possible failure point, improving the reliability on the car. Well, next, I'm going to take you through all the spare parts we have that we've started inventory. At a minimum, please press the like button. If you haven't done so already, I would encourage you to subscribe. It costs you nothing. It helps the YouTube algorithm spread this channel to other enthusiasts to get the word out about what I'm doing with Guys with Rides. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to check out my main website, guyswithrides.com, or the marketplace, guyswithrides.bid. So this is truly a barn find. It was a 2-car barn type garage. And while the car was covered up, and here's some new parts. You can see he had bought a white convertible top that's brand new. And this is effectively a brand new carpet, but you can see all of the brown stuff here. Mice have been through this stuff. Here's a good example. You can see kind of how the box is chewed up. Here's the air cleaner. I may have to get a replacement thing for that, but generally their comment was, yeah, we got a lot of spare parts, but we're not sure how many of them we can use. So it's going to be interesting to see how much of the parts will actually be restorable that we can put in. For example, he's got, I think, a couple of sets of door cards. There's a couple of grills. He had 2 dashboards, even though the one in the cart is already finished. So just a variety of things that We're just going to have to see what's usable and what's not. We're hoping that we can use most of these parts because the whole idea behind this is just put everything back together and then send it off to its new owner. Unfortunately, see the tires, these tires behind me here, they are 50 years old. While the treads look fantastic, there's no signs of cracking. A little research confirmed that Coker Tires sells a reproduction of these red line tires. I believe they're Michelin's, but they're not cheap. They're about $282 each. So roughly $1,200 to reshoe this car is a big chunk. Now we have a battery. I think next week I'll get the parts order for a tune-up, and the latter part of next week we'll get the engine running. The engine fires up when you shoot some 2+2 in both Stromberg carburetors, so it'll run on that. What Joe plans to do next week is get a gas jug, connect that to the fuel pump to let the engine idle and see what we've got for an engine. He'd rather do that, and I think it's a smart play. Use the jug rather than fill up the whole fuel system before we go down that road, because then you don't know whether it's the tank or the engine. That's on the agenda, as well as me starting to clean up some of the interior bits. I think I want to move forward with cleaning the cockpit area and getting ready to put some insulation in, as well as the carpet, and take it from there. So I'm going to work on more of the cosmetic stuff. I'm going to let the guys fool around with the engine. So that's week 1 of Project Some Assembly Required. Very hard. Thanks for watching this video. Please press the like and subscribe button, comment below, and be sure to check out our other videos on this subject, as well as all the great content on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, you can call me at the number listed below, or be sure to check out our main website, guyswithrides.com.